Too many cars driving by too often was the first indication neighbors had that something wasn't right on their street. Today, Chris Sarinelli was there when police raided the home and discovered exactly what was going on.
Authorities with the Montgomery County Range Task Force brought about $55,000 worth of weed out of that front door earlier this morning, all while neighbors say they never had any idea what was going on.
But Henny Tujino, who lives a block over, had her suspicions.
Because you saw cars with tinted windows driving around, sitting on the corner, and then the other car came, and then you saw them, and that's when we called.
And today, drug detectives converged on 25-year-old Mark Turber's home on Westona. He's in the Montgomery County Jail awaiting formal charges, likely counts of cultivating marijuana.
We got inside, located 55 plants, confiscated about $1,200.
Police say Turber was growing the weed in his basement and was using high-caliber equipment and ingredients to do it.
This guy wasn't dealing to all of Dayton's East End. Undoubtedly had customers and were making money from it. He knew what he was doing. There's different strains, but I would say this is probably fairly quality good weed.
Which is one thing that surprised neighbors. Some who didn't want to go on camera told me Turber had only lived in the house for a couple of months. They never suspected a weed house in their own backyards.
That's all you hear anymore, and you're kind of, afraid from having that in your neighborhood. So I wanted out. This neighborhood is very nice.
And agencies like the Range Task Force are intent on keeping it that way.
They're very active. They're willing to work and go out there, so we're going to work every lead that we possibly have time to work.
Chris Sarinelli, Fox 45 News.